time to do some maths. It's just been so tough. You might be aware that it's been a bit cold in the UK, which has meant some scheduled work has had to be postponed. I was going to go and see a new client today, but unfortunately it's still not safe to drive down where they are, so I'm going to go and do that next week instead. Also, I was meant to be working on the Mercedes mechanics sign over the Friday and Saturday that's just gone, but I had a call from one of the guys saying that it's currently -5 degrees in their workshop and that they were struggling to hold their tools, and if your hands are shaking from the cold, it's not really the ideal conditions to be trying to do some intricate painting. So we've rescheduled for tomorrow and Wednesday provisionally. I'm going to give them a call later just to check that it's all still okay and it's warmed a bit and their driveways are completely iced over. But that means my main job for today is to get the final design laid out on drafting paper and the outlines all perforated. So hopefully when I go in tomorrow, all I need to do is get a sheet of paper, put it down on the board, go over it with the pounds powder, which will leave the guidelines on the board, and I can just start painting straight away and hopefully minimise my time in a freezing workshop. The preparation beforehand, like doing the layouts and the drafting and getting it all measured up, is really one of the most time-consuming parts of actually doing the design work, because it involves getting all your measurements right, involves a lot of maths, which is definitely not my strongest point. It is worth putting in that time though, because it will save you a lot of headaches later. And also having a design that looks balanced and well laid out makes a huge difference to how professional the final outcome looks. I get really annoyed if I do design and then it's like, there's some things sort of an inch further out than it should be, or I've not quite measured it right and something's gone a bit off centre, and you're like, oh, it's so frustrating. So it is worth getting right beforehand. So I've got my ruler and my calculator, and getting as much of the preparation work done where it's warm and dry and you've got access to a lot of hot drinks makes the work go a lot quicker and it's far more comfortable. And generally just doing as much preparation as you can beforehand is good practice to get into. You want to minimise time that you're spending on site really, because it's frankly more efficient and it just looks good when you kind of get there and you kind of just get straight into it. Right, time to do some maths. To about 10 o'clock on Wednesday evening now, and I'll be perfectly honest, it's been a bit of a crappy week, to be honest. I don't like complaining too much because everyone's got their problems and mine are pretty insignificant really. It's just been so tough this week, not in terms of workload or anything, but I've just been feeling really quite tired and down, and a lot of sort of scheduled work has had to be postponed or pushed back because of the snow and rescheduled, and I sort of lost my momentum a little bit, and I ended up taking yesterday off from work to just focus on doing some more sort of personal and just sort of life stuff that's been getting backlogged for a long time, just so that would get out of the way and it wouldn't be on my mind anymore, which was useful. But it's just meant that this last week has felt quite unproductive, and I've been beating myself up about it all week, because I just feel if you're running your own business and you're responsible for your own work and income, if you're not doing stuff, it directly impacts you, but you forget how much of an impact that your own personal state of mind or well-being, or just how you're feeling, affects your work, because essentially it's all you. I'm finding it quite hard to accept that connection. I feel that I should be just putting everything aside and just focusing on the work, and if I was more disciplined or focused or strong-minded, I'd just be able to plough through it, and then realising that you are hopelessly human sometimes. It's quite tough. So this week I felt quite fatigued, and I'm conscious that I feel like I've not got enough for this video. video, but one of the whole points of these videos is to hopefully show something that you can relate to, and that doing your own thing and doing your own work is tough sometimes, and there are times when it's not all going to be really happy and optimistic. There are times when you just feel a bit like, oh, for God's sake, it's tough, and you do wonder, am I doing the right thing? Could I be doing it better? I'm actually cut out for this, and that's really hard. And I do try to keep the videos sort of fairly positive and engaging and hopefully inspiring. I want to encourage people to pursue creative careers if that's what they want to do, especially through either freelancing or through self-employment. But it's important to show the real insight, where there will be times when you feel a bit down and just wondering how things are going and where things are going, which is a completely normal human emotion. So I do apologise, this is kind of a bit low key, but hopefully it shows that down points are normal. Times when you kind of just question yourself a little bit are normal, and things will get back on track, which is what I'm telling myself at the moment anyway. And I've got plenty of work to be doing. It's just at the moment I just feel a little bit overwhelmed in my head, and I've gone into that kind of like mental paralysis where I can't think, right, where do I start? What do I do? And just feeling a little bit like, it's all a bit much, and I want to go and stick my head under a pillow for a bit and hide. It's that kind of feeling which I'm sure some of you can probably relate to. So one thing I'm going to do is to try and just shake myself out of it. It's just to do something. And I'm going to do a nice thing. I'm going to make my mum a Mother's Day card. So there's kind of no pressure. It's just it's something that I will feel good about doing. So hopefully for anyone who's having a bit of a slump with either motivation or determination, or just kind of just feeling that, about it, well, it's normal, you're not alone, you're not less for it or weak for it. It's a perfectly normal process, and we'll get through it. Keep creating, keep doing stuff that makes you feel good, and take care of yourselves. Catch up with you next time.